What was it that drew you to the script?
Initially, I was just asked to read the script, and it was unlike anything I've ever read before. It's a very personal document, very powerful, and very poetic. So I was quite astonished by what I was reading when I first read the script. It didn't feel um, like a technical screenplay. It felt more like a personal account of events, and I know it's not Johnny in on the page. It's a personal story, but he's used other characters to tell that story. But it really felt unusual as a document. So yeah, I went to meet Johnny and Mike Elliott, the producer, and to discuss it and talked about different ways to approach it. And my ideas seemed to rhyme with their ideas, and that's how we got going. Yeah.
That's fantastic. You've worked on many fantastical films before,
Yep.
many family-friendly films. This seems to be much more of a gritty, realistic kind of film. Like, how was it making that switch?
It was different. I mean, it's not. I've worked on studio films for quite a few years. This is a social realist piece with a difference. I think it's not just a standard social piece of social realism. Um, the difference is the time you have to complete everything. I think I've got used to going at a very luxurious studio speed with filmmaking, and on this film I had to go very fast. So there were no prisoners. It was very brutal and very quick to make and very quick to shoot. I think Johnny's background as a boxer, Johnny's background as a fighter, meant that he wrote about boxing in a slightly different way. He didn't write about boxing in a technical way, he wrote about it in an emotional way. So, what was happening on the page when you read the document was that you were transferred into it in the first person. You read about someone's experience fighting from the first person. So that was, I felt that was quite extraordinary when I first read it. It didn't feel like someone observing boxing. It felt like someone who was actually inside that experience. So that's what we tried to do when we filmed it, and that was our approach to filming it. Was how can we bring the audience into the first person with a boxing match? How can we help someone to experience what that is like? And that's what we aim to do. So I hope that's what comes across when you watch the film, is that you are transformed. You're actually in the ring with the fighters, which I think is faithful to what was on the page for Johnny. Yeah.